The Texas Supreme Court blocked a Dallas woman from getting an emergency abortion, but the court's order in that case is raising other questions. Kate Cox sued the state after she was unable to terminate her pregnancy after getting diagnosed with a fatal fetal abnormality. After having complications, her lawyers say she was forced to leave Texas in order to get an abortion. While the opinion focused on Cox's case in particular, it could have an impact on other legal challenges linked to emergency abortions under the law's exceptions.
When is the medical exception really going to allow life-saving medical care?
A lawyer representing Dallas mom Kate Cox is unclear on how the Texas High Court's ruling will impact future mothers.
There ought to be an exception to save the life of the mother, to save the fertility of the mother.
Austin Kaplan is also an attorney on Zarowski versus Texas, a group of women suing after they couldn't get abortions despite severe pregnancy complications.
I'm personally hopeful that this is a sign that in the Zarowski case we will get a positive decision for mothers, for doctors.
The state's abortion ban provides an exception when a pregnant woman has a condition that places her at risk of death or poses a serious risk of substantial impairment of a major bodily function. Monday's opinion reads, if a doctor using her reasonable medical judgment decides that a pregnant woman has such a condition, then the exception applies. Legal experts say the opinion's language may give physicians more clarity in the future.
So this is not a ruling that Cox could have benefited from. Rather, this is a ruling that we think that the other doctors might be able to use to perform abortions in the future if certain very specific conditions are met.
But as we heard in the Zarowski hearings this summer, many Texas doctors are choosing to do nothing, fearing penalties under the law.
I've always tried to practice within the standards of care, but I also want to be a law-abiding citizen, and I don't want to risk my freedom, my livelihood.
Texas law allows private citizens to sue doctors if they believe physicians are violating the law. Penalties can be steep, starting at $10,000 in damages. Doctors can also lose their licenses or even go to jail. And some doctors say it's not clear when Texas law allows exceptions to the abortion ban. It's a key issue in the Zarowski case before the Texas Supreme Court. 20 women are part of a lawsuit against the state. Many of them say they faced similar medical emergencies to Cox, and that state law prevented their doctors from acting until they nearly died, while some were forced to carry their baby to term only for their child to quickly die. Their central argument is that the law is too vague when it comes to what is considered a life-threatening or serious risk for a pregnant woman. The state argues the law clearly says when exceptions are allowed and that they should sue doctors instead for malpractice. The Texas Supreme Court has not ruled yet in that case.